So Linus Ullmark has been officially traded. Making a quick video before I go in there and watch the Edmonton Oilers versus Florida Panthers Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals. Be a very interesting game, hopefully. But Ullmark has been finally dealt to the Ottawa Senators for Kastelic, a first-round pick, and Korpisalo. All right, so goaltenders usually don't get a great return. I understand that, but outside of the first-round pick, I mean, a middling return. Korpisalo can be either very, very good or very, very bad. They had some salary retention as well included in that deal. We save about $2 million in cap, or not me, I mean, we. I'm not a Bruins player, sadly. But the Bruins, they open up $2 million in cap, and then with the 4.5, with the increase, they'll have a little bit more room to play with. They could also flip Korpisalo because they have Brandon Bussi and DiPietro down in the AHL, so I think either of those would be fine as a backup goaltender. So I would not be shocked if Korpisalo is flipped for some more additional draft capital that the Bruins have traded over the past few years. Overall with this trade, I'm glad they got a first-round pick. That's a get you usually don't get from a goaltender. So the first-round pick I'm happy with, but Kastelic, I mean, he's nothing really to kind of write home about. He's just, he'll be a decent bottom six type player. That is what it is. And then Korpisalo, I mean, he can be very good, but then he's very hot and cold. He is a very hot and cold goaltender. I can understand the Bruins wanting to bring in another experienced netminder. Ideally, I think you should trade Korpisalo to probably a goalie-needy team that view him as a number one goaltender, that they feel like they can salvage him. I'm not exactly, over the moon with the return. I'm not, astonished. I wasn't like some people that thought you're going to get a star forward for him, just straight up. Generally, goaltenders just do not have that value. But, so I'm happy with the first-round pick. The other couple pieces, I mean, you're bringing in a goaltender in Korpisalo who has shown when he gets hot, he can be extremely good. And you don't have to rely on him as your number one. But it's a bit confusing for the Bruins because I feel like they have two goaltenders in the organization right now that would be fine in a backup role. Brandon Bussi was just signed to a two-way contract on a one-year deal. And then DiPietro played really well in the AHL level. He's done really good in the Bruins organization since they got him from the Vancouver Canucks. Shocking move. Like I said, I'm torn. I like it that we get a first-round pick. The other pieces I feel kind of meh about, if that makes sense, because I feel like the Bruins have internal answers for the backup goaltender. And then Kastelic, I mean, that's just kind of a throw-in my opinion. Not to be disrespectful to him as a player. Maybe he's a great person, but on the ice, we really kind of just dealt Ullmark for a inferior goaltender, but we really just did this to kind of get another first-round pick that we very much needed in this upcoming draft. So, if I was to give this a grade, a B-, I'll give it a B, actually. I'll give it a B because you get a first-round pick for a goaltender. But I don't know. Maybe this is just the bias in me. I wish we could get a little bit more out of that deal. Even if we kind of had to exchange another piece or two and get somebody else. But, I mean, for the Ottawa Senators, this is a good goaltender they're getting. They've been struggling trying to find an answer in net. Ullmark is a great guy. Great locker room guy, and he'll help, like with Swayman, he kind of helped bring Swayman along. He's a great leader, just terrific person. I'm hoping he has a terrific tenure in Ottawa when he's not playing the Bruins. But for the Ottawa Senators, you do give up a lot. You give up a first-round pick, but, I mean, you don't give up a ton, but you do give up a first-round pick. You kind of deal Korpisalo, who, hot and cold tenure there. And you bring in a guy like Ullmark that has, he's won a Vezina. He's been one of the best goalies in the world. And you're hoping that if they make a few different adjustments in Ottawa, maybe that's a piece that can finally bring them into the playoffs. But I'd like to know your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you think of this trade? Good, bad, indifferent? Got the ball. See you in the next one.